to some more of our at-home mobility. So this week we're targeting stuff specific to all the workout that we've had. So this week we got stuck with a lot of lower body stuff. So on Tuesday, we ended up smashing the lower body with our air squats, our push-ups and our burpees. So our session is going to be focused primarily on improving mobility and recovering our lower body as well as our lower back. So our first position, I'm actually going to use the assistance of this pad. It's a boxing pad. You do not need any equipment for this. I'm just going to use this as a little bit of a spot. If you'd like to, you can use a wall ball, and what it's going to do, it's just going to decrease your range of motion. So I'm going to get the clock on, and we're going to get started with our first position. This is going to target the quads and the ankles. 2 minutes. Let's get stuck in. Remember team, throughout this whole time, taking big deep breaths in through your nose, actively trying to surrender into these positions, fully relaxing. If you are tense and caught up or get into the position too tight, feel free to take it back a notch. This is about relaxing into the position. It's all going to be passive. Awesome work team, just under our first minute. If you'd like to come up for a second, what we're going to do, take a few breaths and then try and increase that range of motion a little bit. So coming back and just going back even further if you can. Going to hold this for our remaining 35 seconds. Fantastic. Holding for our final 15 seconds in this position. Excellent work, guys. Gently coming out of that. You probably feel that is stretched the ankles quite a little bit, which is great. Next position is going to be a double forward fold. Again, it's going to target our hamstrings, our calves, as well as our lower back. So we're starting off pretty conservatively with this one. So reaching forward, and for me, I'm holding just below my ankles, and we're going to hold this for our first 30 seconds, and then as we progress towards that 2 to 2.5 minute mark, we're going to increase it and intensify that a little bit. So for now, reaching forward and just holding for 30 seconds. As your hamstrings, your calves and your lower back start to loosen up a little bit, we're going to go forward again and progress into our next 30 seconds. Awesome work team, staying super relaxed, staying passive in these positions. Going to repeat that process again, so take a big deep breath in for me, and on the exhale we're going to reach forward again. If you'd like to for this one, you can hold onto your toes. You'll feel that as you're holding to toes, this is typically going to target your calves quite a bit more. And hold this for 30 seconds. And got one more 30-second round after this. Excellent work. For our final 30 seconds in this position, I'm going to get you to grab directly underneath your Achilles tendon. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to actively try and squeeze the legs up towards the body, as well as pulling yourself down. You feel it's going to stretch out the lower back a lot, as well as the hamstring. So final 30 seconds, let's get stuck in. Reaching underneath the Achilles tendon and pulling up. Final 15 seconds in this position, guys. Staying soft. Awesome, team. Coming out of that. Big breath. Next position is going to target our groin, so our adductor grip. We're going to get stuck in with a frog pose. We've done this in lots of our previous videos, and I believe it to be a fantastic stretch. So let's get your legs as wide as you can, or as wide as your pants will allow you. I've chosen the wrong pants. Let's get stuck in. 2 minutes, being super passive in this position, staying calm. If you like to intensify the stretch a little bit, what you can do is shift your hips back a little bit further towards your heels, and you'll find that's going to open up the stretch even more. We are just under our first minute in. Awesome work, guys. We've got our final 30 seconds in this position. If you'd like to increase that intensity a little bit, feel free to shift your hips back for that last 30 seconds. Fantastic, team. Super gently come out of that. All right, we're going to get stuck into 2 stretches for our backs. We're actually going to get back into this forward fold position. This time, the difference being, we're going to bring one leg in, okay? So like an L stretch, and both sides of our arms are going to go onto the opposite side of our leg. So reaching over, feel this to target the hamstrings, as well as going to hit all throughout your back muscles as well. Just can hold this for 1 minute on either side. Awesome, team. We have another 20 seconds in this position. super gently coming out of that and swapping sides. So in that L position again, or some people like to call it sevens, same thing, reaching across both sides onto the opposite side of our leg and holding on there for 60 seconds. Final 15 seconds, team. Staying relaxed, staying soft in this position. Nice work, team. Really, really nice. Good. Last little bit. This is actually our last leg position. I'm going to have 2 more stretches in this position. So let's bring in one leg. So what I'm doing here, I've got one leg coming in at 90 degrees, and what I'm going to try to do, I have the other leg dead out flat, and for 60 seconds I'm just going to try and push down so that my butt is flat up against the ground. It's a bit of an awkward stretch. We're going to hold this for 60 seconds on either side, and then we have our final back stretch for today. So this is our second last posture position, sorry. 30 seconds in, you're going to feel this deep inside that hip capsule. For me, this is quite a nice stretch. You can actually really relax into it. And whilst it is quite intense deep in that hip, the rest of my body is quite relaxed. So I find this is a nice position just to breathe into and to hold for as long as you can. Ideally with the goal to get that butt flat down on the ground. 20 seconds left and I'm going to swap sides. Excellent, squad. Swapping sides. So same thing, bring that leg to that 90-degree line. So knees up against each other. And what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to get that butt nice and flat on the ground. 60 seconds. For me, obviously you can see my butt isn't entirely flat on the ground, but as I'm pushing down and relaxing into it, I'm feeling that real nice deep stretch. Final couple seconds, squad. Excellent, jumping out of that. Awesome work, team. Into our final position. This is just going to be 60 seconds in a cobra, just to open up that lower back. If you do not have that range, or for whatever reason this causes you pain, feel free to come up in that Sphinx position, so slightly reduced range of motion. Otherwise, let's do it. 60 seconds. Final position, unwinding, relaxing into it. If you like to, team, feel free to shift your weight from left and to right. 60 seconds. Last little bit. Nice, team. Just breathing into it. That final posture there. You don't need to press up and be super aggressive in this position. Like I said, you can come 3/4 down as long as you're feeling that stretch through that extension of that lower back. This is going to pay off. Nice, team. Final 20 seconds. Awesome work, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in our next video.